Hello and good day, everyone. My name is Zach Clayton, Community Pay Up Forward. We just wanted to take a couple moments here and we're going to play an interview that we were able to get with J.R. Smith of the Veterans Ranch. We all know that Ian is about ready to hit Florida, and J.R. Smith and his family are mission partners of ours in that state. And instead of worrying about what they've got, the area that they are working that they own personally, they're more concerned about the veterans, the aging veterans, and the veterans of lesser ability to take care of themselves than even their own ranch. That is very, very important. And what we want to do right now is we want to bring to you an opportunity to help support what they are doing. They're putting together a group of individuals who are working to make sure that they can take care of the damage done by Ian, and even damage, prepare buildings before Ian hits. We are working on a very, very, very tight timeline here. Ian is supposed to be in Florida, in the Tampa area tomorrow. I believe JR told me yesterday, tomorrow in the early evening time. Okay. It's going to start. We already know it's got Cuba. It's taken and hit parts of Cuba. It's going to be in. It's going to end up in Florida. Probably. I'm not going to guess. I'm not going to guess. That's not my. It's not my right. It's not my duty to guess because I don't know for sure. There are people who are a hell of a lot smarter than I am who can give you that information. You will be seeing this recording multiple times throughout the next couple days, including tomorrow night on pACT. We will spend a good portion of the time on pACT talking about what we're doing here. Okay, so once again, this is an interview I did with J.R. Smith of the Veterans Ranch just moments ago. We had to get this done before the storm really started to hit. We're talking winds anywhere up to 160 miles an hour. I've been in winds of 35 miles an hour, and I'm telling you, they blow me around. We're talking multiple times this. As a guy who's used to tornadoes, I know how scary those are. I have never been in a hurricane. I don't like that fish smell, so I hope I'm never in a hurricane. But our thoughts and our prayers here at Community Pay It Forward, the Community Pay It Forward family, are with everyone in Florida. And if there's anything that we can do to help you out, that would be great. You can help us help them by using this QR code down below, or this jot form down below. Make a donation of any kind. And this will help us send clothing, send goods to Florida. We're going to be taking stuff out of our donation dens and moving them to Florida. So please take and use the jot form below, and I will put it in the link. I'll link it in the messages all over everywhere, so you can just take and hit it there. But this jot form is for sending clothing and other goods to Florida. This QR code is for you to upload your proof of purchase of any Community Pay It Forward fundraising, any Community Pay It Forward family partner, and a portion of your purchase will go to support the Veterans Ranch Hurricane Relief Program. So this is our interview that we did just minutes ago on Tuesday morning. This was at about 11:30 a.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. So just to give you a timeline of things, where things were at. So please watch what we've got going on here. Help support in any way you can, because once again, if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. And right now, there's a lot of people who are going to be hurt, uh, uh, financially hurt. Uh, Hopefully not physically. God, we're hoping not physically, but you know what? We need to be there for them no matter how they are hurt. So please join us. If you have any questions, please give us a call, 970-909-0751, 970-909-0751. Here is JR with myself of the Veterans Ranch. How's it going, guys? It's Zach Clayton of Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, in the pACT channel. We are bringing you a special edition of pACT. We're here with J.R. Smith, who is just outside of Tampa. As we all know, Tampa's about ready to get knocked in the skull by which one is what's it called this time?
Ian. Yeah, it's one of those where it looks like Ian, but it's Ian.
Yeah, well, I love the way that they give them these nice, sweet names for something that's, just going to tear the hell out of stuff. So,
Exactly.
But JR is like right outside. He's inland a little bit, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to be affected. JR, you and a group are putting together something that's very important to try to help our senior veterans that are in that area. Can you please explain?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on here today so we can get this message out.
Our
Yeah,
partner.
Hurricane Ian is due, it's taken more of an easterly track. It's due to come, the eye of it is due to come landfall north of almost Clearwater. They joke wherever Jim Cantori is where the shit's going to hit the fan. And Jim's in Clearwater the last couple of days. So we kind of had an idea. Um, but yeah, it's a big mother. It's going to be Cat 4, which is 140-mile-an-hour winds. If that isn't bad enough, it's going to, once it gets closer to Tampa Bay, it's going to be a slow mover. And when I say that, it's like 140. That's not slow, but in terms of it moving forward, it's going to move at only like 4 or 5 miles an hour. So imagine doing donuts at 100 plus miles an hour, but only moving forward at like bicycle pace speed. That's Ian. So we are in Polk County, Florida, Lakeland area specifically, which is about 40, 50 miles inland from Tampa Bay. But they're predicting 100, 125-mile-an-hour winds in our neck of the woods. Um, we've got 30,000 veterans just in Lakeland. We still have some World War II and Korean veterans and some aging Vietnam veterans. Now, I'm not saying none of them are capable, but do they really need to be getting out on ladders at 70, 80 years old, or in their late 60s, even trying to screw plywood into windows? I'm 49, almost 50. I'm still that young, dumb, and full of age, where I can go do all this stupid stuff. But we're trying to put a crew of people together to serve the veterans in Polk County and at least Hillsborough County if I can get more people together. So we are putting together, we have put together a Give Send Go page because we do equine therapy for vets and immediate household family. Hurricane prep wasn't in the budget. We haven't had a major hurricane hit this part of Florida since before we were formed in 2017. So, and we've also had enough people move to Florida in the last 4 years that we've picked up a congressional seat that have never gone through stuff like this. And maybe they're prepared, maybe they're not. But bottom line is there's going to be, we're going to be out in the community today and probably somewhat into tomorrow on the prep side of things. And then when this bad boy cooks through, it's going to be roof damage, tree damage, the whole 9 yards. And we want to be able to lead from the front and get out there and help our aging veterans in the community. But we're asking, begging really for y'all's help to help make this happen.
We are also going to create a campaign to where people can help us, because one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to open up our donation bins to whatever the heck we can get sent to you guys in that area, as far as clothing, God forbid any medical needs or anything else, whatever we can get a hold of, we want to go on ahead and get it sent to you guys. Um, you are in, you guys are in inland a little bit. Please explain to people, like, look, I'm from Kansas. Ask me what a tornado is like. I can tell you because I've been in many of them. I actually had a Phillips 66 sign come through a bay window, and my little brother at the time was sitting under the window playing because we are, it's like, oh, another tornado. You and I were just talking. It's a Wednesday in Kansas, another tornado. Woo. This is what it was all about. These things are not just devastating, they're deadly. Why don't you tell people who have never been through anything like this what you guys are in for?
Yeah, so say I'm from Missouri, so same
Yep.
thing, right?
Yep.
It's like, oh, okay, it's the second Wednesday of the month. The tornado sirens are being tested. You didn't pay attention. You live in Florida long enough, they don't even start hurricane parties, and yes, that is a thing till it's Cat 3 and above. I mean, people are out buying water and toilet paper because I guess you go to the bathroom more during a hurricane.
Well,
But
it's because it scares the shit out of you.
yeah, right. Real
But,
Floridians are out buying beer and wine. And I mean, I'm telling you right now, you can see the water empty on some shelves and Bud Light gone in others. All right.
yeah,
It happens.
yeah.
But seriously, for people that have never gone through something like this, when they say, hey, it's coming Wednesday, it's coming Thursday, be very clear about something. They're talking about when the eye moves every 24 hours, okay, or when the eye makes landfall, something called outer bands. Right now, I mean, we got rain last night, which wasn't much. It just seemed like an average Florida afternoon rain, but it was an outer band already. And Ian was still on the south side of Cuba. So that's how big this storm is. So you have to pay attention to what's going on. Batten down hatches if you have to. Don't leave your windows open because you enjoy the breeze, that's coming through. Because as one, projectiles can come through windows. As let's just say you got 100 mile an hour wind coming up your backside and you got windows open, it's going to push that window in. Make sure you do have some water. Okay. If you don't drink 2 bottles of Dasani a day, don't go out and buy 50 cases of water. Let your neighbors have some too. But make sure you're prepared. Okay. That's the prepper. That's the Boy Scout in me. If you haven't eaten Chef Boyardee in 50 years, maybe go get some cans because you might be without power for a few days. There's a lot of people that are already here, power companies from other states that are ready to get right on top of this. That is the cool thing about hurricanes, if there's a cool thing, is that you got about a 5-day notice to be prepared. Maybe you end up being a little over prepared, but like Zach and I know, tornadoes are the finger of God that drop down out of the sky, and you got about a 2-minute warning
Yeah.
that it's coming. Sometimes, if that. But be prepared. You've got 24, about 36 more hours to get prepared, and then the shit's hitting the fan. I mean, seriously, it's going to be very windy, very rainy. The closer you are to the coast, be very prepared because they're talking 5 to 7 to 10 feet of what's called storm surge. Now, what's storm surge? As the storm, they rotate counterclockwise, hurricanes do. So they'll be sucking water into its system as it's moving forward like this. But when it starts coming to this backside around the beach fronts in Tampa Bay and things like that, all that water just slingshots right into the coast. And since it's moving so slow, you're talking anywhere from 5 inches to 12 inches of rain in a 24 to 48-hour period. So storm surge, heavy rain, heavy winds. I'm not trying to scare the hell out of people. I'm just telling you, be prepared for what could happen. Know how to, if you got a fire pit in your backyard, a smart purchase right now is to go buy a grate to put over your fire pit, because you can start a fire pit. And if you got a cast iron skillet or something like that, all us country boys have, more cast iron than we know what to do with. You can still go cook outside. Because if you have, like growing up in the Midwest, we had a lot of gas stoves and everything else where, as long as the gas was still going, you could light it with a match and you could still cook. Well, if your house is all electric, everything, you might need to go put a grate out on your fire pit and go, cook up some stuff out off your fire pit. Just be prepared, pay attention. Everybody's got their favorite weather thing. I'm a Jim Cantori weather geek. So, I'll be watching the Weather Channel. Keep your phones charged. Like, charge your phone now. Keep your phone plugged in everywhere. Because one thing people don't realize is if cell phone towers go down, your phone battery drains twice as fast trying to look for a signal somewhere. Okay, I'll be honest with you, I learned that one last night. I've been through all kinds of stuff with this. I just learned that one last night. Have some extra battery backups, the little things that you can plug your phone into. Don't be watching 6 hours of TikTok videos, if your power goes out, because if your phone's dead, now you have no communication at all. So, again, just simple things to be prepared for. Help your neighbor. If you can help your neighbor now, help your neighbor when it's over. You can take care of your yard unless, a tree come down through your roof. You can take care of your yard later. Take care of your neighbors, help out the elderly. And that's what we're trying to do. Like I said, we've got World War II, Korean, and aging Vietnam veterans in Central Florida. And within the 10 counties of where this thing is supposed to hit are a third of the state of Florida's veterans, north of 500,000 now. Obviously, we can't hit all of them, but I'm going to put a big a crew together as I can to go out into the masses. I was making phone calls yesterday to people down in Sarasota County to try and help some of our advisory board members that are down there that are in their 70s that need help putting some plywood up. Nobody needs to be hurt on this, unless it's just an act of God. And when he calls your number out of the Rolodex, sadly, it's your number.
Right.
But we need to get out there and help people, and that's why we're asking for what we're asking for, so we can be able to get out there and do that.
What's the difference between, and this is something that you and I had never even heard of what the program that you were talking about, but what is the difference between the program that you're running and the PayPal?
Okay, so Give, Send, Go is who are using their faith-based family run initiative. That runs through Stripe. Okay, so I'm getting that money. You donate today, and by the way, everything's tax deductible. You think I'm kidding? Donate $1 and watch if you don't get an email for $1 tax write-off. I don't know anybody that couldn't use an extra tax write-off these days. So between PayPal, PayPal is relatively quick, but they're a little slower. But then you get into GoFundMe or any other crowdfunding, what they call platforms. They'll hold on to your money like you'll see a lot of people right now doing a Facebook campaign. Okay, nothing against Facebook, but they're the same way, 45 to 70 days. So you're giving money to people to help for hurricane relief or anything, right? Whatever the case might be at the time. It's almost 2 months later before people get that money so they can do it. You donate to our Give, Send, Go page that we have set up for the Veterans Ranch today. I'm seeing that money tomorrow, no later than Thursday. And that's when the shit's fixing to hit the fan. And that's when the real work's going to happen. Right now, this is easier work, right? Getting plywood up, helping people move stuff around and whatever. But all of a sudden, 100-year-old oak tree comes down in somebody's front yard. That's when the real work begins.
Um, and the winds, I think you've already said this, but the winds are, well, let me ask you this. Have you guys been paying attention with what's going on in Cuba right now? Do we have any word on how devastating this has been to Cuba?
I have not seen any. I have been on lives and podcasts and everything all over the place. I know it was a category 2 as it came across Cuba. That's still 110-mile-an-hour winds, but it hit the far side of it, at least the eye of it, right? It hit the far side. I haven't personally seen any updates yet, just because I've been everywhere live on social media and on podcasts. But a Cat 210-mile-an-hour winds can still efficiently relocate some stuff.
Okay. I just put up, because I'm such a great host and trying to do everything, everything at once. But I'm trying to make sure that the QR code that I've got behind me right now is going to work. So let me try this. Uh, oh, okay. And of course, it's not going to work, you jerk. So I'm going to have to do this, but this is once we do get this QR code working, you will be able to donate to what JR is trying to accomplish here by using the Community Pay It Forward fundraising program. I cannot believe I just used a fundraising word. I don't use that word no more. It's a bad word now. So it's like a cuss word. So, but we want to make sure that people understand that what JR is trying to do is help veterans who need help. Okay. Yeah, there's other people who need help as well, but Veterans Ranch trying to help out veterans. I'm pretty sure that they're not going to tell somebody that, what, you're not a veteran, deal with it yourself. Uh,
Right.
so I mean, look, I know the guy enough to where I'm not going to, not seeing that happen. But
Yeah, somebody's in need, we're going to help them. But I mean, you can throw a rock in my neighborhood and hit 6 veterans. So when you got 500,000 of them plus in 10 counties, there's a lot of veterans to help. But yeah, hey, somebody in need is somebody in need, and that's just good human nature to help folks out.
what are some of the needs that you need? We know cash is king. We all know that. What are some of the other things, JR, that you are in need of right now?
Well, yeah, obviously with cash being king, but that's going to buy chainsaws, rakes, tarps, generators, and right now on the Give Send Go page, we got a goal of $50,000. It sounds like a lot of money, but your average generator, like a good generator that's going to last a while, could be $400, $500, $600. When you're out there dropping that kind of coin, it doesn't take long to go through money. Good chainsaws, sure, you can buy the little dinky chainsaw that you're going to burn up in 10 minutes. But if you're cutting up 100-year-old oak trees, you need, rancher chainsaws. And, those are a few $100s a piece. Tarps, drills, screws, because I mean, we're going to be, doing all kinds of crazy stuff to get these people helped out. Gas, right? I mean, here in Florida, unleaded is in my neck of the woods is about 3.31 a gallon. But you start filling up 5, 6 gallon gas cans, that racks up fast. I have a diesel truck that I'm going to be driving around for all this. It's an average of a C note every time I go to fill it up these days. At its worst, it was about about $130. So, you're driving around all over the place, a lot of stop and go. If we got I mean, I have a adapter port in my truck that I can plug in a regular outlet to, but I got to keep the truck running to use it. So, it's all those things that you can possibly think of, just day to day items that we kind of take for granted that pile up in the corner in the garage. That's what we need. Obviously, I personally have a chainsaw and some brakes and stuff like that, but I'm one guy. So if people have stuff they can bring with them in the crew, phenomenal. But we're going to burn up some chainsaws. It's going to happen. I mean, because you're going to need replacement chains, and because we ain't going to have time to sit out there and file each, and resharpen the chain. We're just going to have to replace and go, and then sharpen them later.
Yeah. There, but preventive maintenance is, oh my God, there goes another one right now. So it's,
Yeah.
I know that when we had our floods here in Colorado, that one of the greatest things that you find during these national disasters is you do find that there are a lot of people who give a damn, and that's one of the greatest things about it. Unfortunately, it takes something like this for us to find this. But let's make sure that we're getting out there. Once again, JR, give us the link, and then we're going to be sharing it as soon as I transfer this over. But you're going to be seeing this on both tonight, which is Tuesday, and it's going to be played many, many times tomorrow, Wednesday. As unfortunately, you guys are probably going to be getting pummeled. First off, as a brother of mine, as a friend of mine, JR, I wish you, your family, the safest you guys can be. And I know that we're going to be keeping on checking on you, making sure as best as we can to make sure that you are safe. So, I'm going to be wishing you and your family all the best wishes, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed. We got here in Community Pay It Forward, we got tons of friends who have moved from Colorado to Florida to get away from the Californians. So, I mean, because they've all moved here. So,
Yeah. Well, the Give Send Go page, it's real simple. GiveSendGo.com /the Veterans Ranch. So remember who we are. and Give, Send, Go. It's pretty easy. GiveSendGo.com/the Veterans Ranch. A dollar, 5, 10, 20, 100, whatever anybody can give is going to be greatly appreciated because it's all going into the community. And we got some serious roads ahead of us. Again, everything costs money these days. We understand inflation's tight. We understand everybody's paying 50, 60% more for bacon, eggs, and everything else. But here's what I'm going to share with y'all. The golden arches aren't going out of business. The red ponytails, the Jesus chicken, the liquor stores, they ain't going out of business. So people are still spending money. If you're like me and you hate carrying change around with you everywhere, you got change in your drawer or change jar, unless you were like when my daughter was younger, would just, suck it right off my dresser before I even knew about it. Somebody's got a dollar. I've been keeping this around. Okay. Here's how simple this is. This saves a veteran's life. This is 4 quarters. Go to givesendgo.com/the Veterans Ranch. Give a buck about this cause. Give a buck about, helping your fellow American neighbor. And even if you don't live in this state, you're helping fellow Americans that actually serve this country and gave a little bit of themselves when they were done. So help us serve the ones that served us all.
We'd also like to make sure that you know that if you want to help us get clothing and other items to Florida, once, as soon as they're going to be needing extra clothing and stuff, we're going to ask you to go on ahead and help us by donating to Community Dare to Care. And when you do that, that's going to help us send clothing and other supplies to Florida out of our donation dens. We're going to try to be there for them, even though I think you guys are like a mile or two away from us. I can't remember.
Couple.
Yeah, I mean,
Hop, skip, and jump.
yeah. I mean, we could actually probably throw it to you, but So anyway, JR, again, please practice all the safety that you can, but keep up the good fight, brother. We love everything that you guys do, the Veterans Ranch, everything that you guys are. Please make sure that you go on ahead and scan this little code right here. Find one of our partners, 6 of our partners, 8 of our partners, whatever you can. Shop with them today and make sure that you donate or don't not donate. Make sure that you just do business with them. When you do business with them, they will donate in your name to the Veterans Ranch Hurricane Relief simply by scanning and attaching the proof of purchase to this code right here. You can also find the code for the Veterans Ranch itself if you go on to our Mission Partners page. And don't forget that the Veterans Ranch is continuing to do what they do. But right now the hurricane is coming. Ian is not as friendly as it sounds. Ian's going to be a little prick. So let's make sure that we try to support everything that the Veterans Ranch and your group is doing. Sir, please stay safe out there. If there's anything else that we can do, please reach out. We know that the towers might come down for a day or two, but you know what, when you get tower service back up, why don't you go on ahead and let's hook back up on another one of these, and we can give people a report and we can continue to work through this. The cleanup, as a person who has went through tornadoes before, cleanup is not a 1-day, 2-day job. It takes a day or two. So let's make sure that we've got this out there, and we can make sure that we can take care of, help you take care of some other vets. But please, brother, stay safe. Let's help out our veterans. So thank you for coming on and joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate all the support and all the love and help. And thank you all for supporting all of us.
Not a problem. Hey, once again, please, if you have any questions, Zach at communitypayitforward.us, Zach at communitypayitforward.us. If you want to make a cash donation to Community Dare to Care so we can send clothing and stuff, give us a call or a text message, 970-909-0751, 970-909-0751. Veteran Ranch website.
TheVeteransRanch.org.
All right. Make sure that you go to the right Veterans Ranch. There are a couple of them throughout the country. They're imposters. They're not the Veterans Ranch that we know and love. So theveteransranch.org. So, but let's make sure that we keep an eye and keep a heart with our Florida friends. So they're about ready to get hit, and let's make sure that we're there for them. So we'll talk to you in the next couple of days, JR. Thank you for joining us.
Sounds good.
Again, I do apologize for the shabby green screen, the shabby background. It is the best I could do. Still trying to work out the kinks in the new office. As you guys can see, I'm ashen gray right now, which is not abnormal, I guess. So once again, proof of purchase from any of our partners right here. You just attach this from the proof of purchase from any of our partners. You can find our partners at the verified partners tab on our website, communitypayitforward.us. Once again, that's communitypayitforward.us. When you shop with them, they will donate to the cause of your choice. Right now, today, and tomorrow, you're going to see this run on many different areas. I know that I just spoke to Jeremy from Things Network. Thank you, Jeremy, for allowing us to share this on your wonderful programming and share it out with everybody. We just we're begging everyone to please make sure that you really care about what other people are going through right now. Right down below, you can find our job form. Again, I'm going to share this in the information on the recording. And so you should be able to just click it and link to it. If you need me to send it to you, send me an email to zach@communitypayitforward.us. That's ZAK at communitypayitforward.us. And I'll send you the links and you can donate today. This will help us get clothing and other goods to them. We're also going to be trying to send like toys for kids or whatever. So we will be probably asking for a few donations of specific things that get asked of us. But if you want to donate money, go to their form that is below. That is, let me wait for it to come back around. It's the one that JR was talking about. To the cash donations, I need them to go directly to them at givensend.com. Sorry, givesendgo.com/the Veterans Ranch. All cash donations to Florida need to go there. We don't want to deal with their cash. That's their thing. Okay. If you want to use Community Pay It Forward program, right here is the code, is the QR code to go to. You scan this code, and when you scan this code, it will send you to a form, and that form will take you directly to a form. You find a partner, shop with that partner, upload the proof of purchase, and a portion of your purchase will go to the Veterans Ranch Hurricane Relief. The form below me right now is the form for Community Dare to Care. That form will help us send clothing to Florida once the hurricane is over. Okay, so please help us send the items that need to be sent. I've got one more video to share with you where JR put out this live video. So please enjoy this video. I'm watching it for the first time with you, so let's watch this and remember, these are our friends. They need some help here in Florida, so please help where you can.
Hey, JR.
How you doing? Busy day, huh?
I hear we're doing pretty good, but I hear some parts of Florida are not going to be doing real well here soon.
No, and my side is one of them, or the main one. If you live in Florida, I guarantee you've heard it if you live in Florida, but pretty much anywhere in the Southeast, you've been paying attention the last few days to Hurricane Ian. 5 o'clock update. I am, by the way, not only your equine therapy specialist, I'm your local weather geek. I am the guy standing at the window going, y'all come check this out. And everybody's running for cover. But wanted to really get some word out today. We are asking for some help. Ian just got upgraded to a Category 2 hurricane. Now, for most Floridians, that's no big deal. We don't even bat an eye. You don't even set up a hurricane party for a Category 2. But by tomorrow morning, it is supposed to be Category 4, 130 plus mile an hour winds. And it is what they call the European model is got it doing a little more like this, hooking in just north of Tampa Bay into like Pinellas County, Citrus County, Clearwater area. They always tell you, if you know where Jim Cantori is for the Weather Channel, that's where it's going to hit the fan. Jim's been in Clearwater for a couple of days. So that is obvious. So yeah, we're trying to get the word out, make everybody take cover, heed their evacuation warnings. Parts of Tampa, Hillsborough County have already started evacuation warnings just because it's going to take time. They have suspended tolls. So be careful, but you can zip right through that.
And I say, if the government's not collecting money, then it's serious. Yeah,
slow down. Be careful when you go through the booth. We don't need to see car accidents in toll booths, but yeah, you can go right on through. They are doing that. So just kind of wanted to show real quick before we dive into the heart of what we're really trying to get into here. Let's bring up the track map of where we're at here on this. So you can see the yellow circle down at the bottom was the 5 o'clock update. Again, now Cat 2, it's going to hit Cuba. Now, this seems like we got a lot of time, and in some cases we do, but by 2 p.m. on Tuesday, going into late day Tuesday, overnight Wednesday, most of the Gulf side of Florida is already going to be feeling tropical storm winds. Now, sometimes that's just called Wednesday, right? I mean, sometimes we get rainstorms coming in here with 40, 50 mile an hour winds. So again, as Floridians, and I've lived here since 1999, so I consider myself a Floridian. My wife is a Florida native. We kind of get used to that. But then, if someone hits the nitrous bottle on this thing real quick, because this thing's coming across some very open, very warm water, and there's nothing to slow it down. So by 2 a.m. on Wednesday, 2 p.m. on Wednesday, this puppy's Cat 4 hitting 130 mile an hour winds unless something changes. But they're not really predicting that it's going to. So you can kind of see where this, where you see the little circles, not the big wide track. That's just kind of how wide the storm could be. The little dots is where the eye is making, its track. So it's coming hard. Please pay attention to, everything. This one's serious, and coming from a guy who's like, no big deal. If I'm paying attention to it, I'm asking y'all to pay attention to it because I never pay attention to these things. So that is the track. You're running out of time. Water's already been disappearing off of store shelves. I do find that kind of funny. People that don't drink 2 bottles of water a day all of a sudden go out and buy 10 cases. Because somehow they think all of a sudden they're going to drink a gallon of water a day. Be kind to others. Floridians go buy beer and have hurricane parties. It's true. I'm telling you, ask a Floridian, they will tell you. But seriously, be kind to others. Now it's got it to where you can only take 2 cases of water because when it refills, they don't want people scouring the shelves. But, be kind. Let other people get some water. Let them get some toilet paper, for goodness sakes. That's the other thing. Somehow, I guess a hurricane's coming. People think they're going to go to the bathroom more, and they throw their whole Costco cart full of toilet paper. Let other people get some stuff, too. Let's be kind to one another and share. Remember that thing you were taught when you were a kid? Please share and help each other out. But that's what we want to talk about today. Is, the Veterans Ranch is serving a community of veterans here in Florida. There are 1.5 plus million veterans in the state, but within the 10 counties of where this bad boy is supposed to hit are north of 500,000 veterans. Okay, now we are just one organization, but we are trying to put a crew of people together that can get out and help a lot of these veterans, especially the 30,000 that are here in the Lakeland area. A lot of them are upper age. They're older Vietnam vets. We still have a good handful of World War II veterans and Korean veterans here in Lakeland. They're not getting out and boarding up their house or trying to, get out to a shelter for safety or another family member if they have to get out. And that's what we're here for, not only to provide equine therapy services, but to help be a part of the community when the community's in need. And we're going to be in some need here in the next 24, 48 hours for sure.
Well, JR, I can't imagine my friends that have served in Vietnam are out there with those boards and nails and trying to nail things up, and let alone the trouble of trying to evacuate. Sometimes that's more difficult than you can do, right? So it just depends on the situation and what they're available to do. But I know they appreciate the help. A couple of strong arms out there to help board things up, right? So check on your neighbors. If you want to know who needs help, where's a great way for them to find out about that, JR?
So always volunteer. Reach out to us. Go to theveteransranch.org and reach out to us through the contact there. You can hit our phone number, our office number. We didn't put that up there, but we will. It's area code 863-815-5896. My phone's already been blowing up, so leave a message, please, if, and we'll get back to you. Again, we're kind of a small organization, so I don't have a, plethora of people answering phones. We'll get back to you, but we are looking for some good, strong backs that can get out there and help, and just do whatever you can and help in the community. And this is not about getting the Veterans Ranch notoriety. I could care less, but we just want to get out and help our community.
Well, JR, once again, in case I missed that phone number, what's that phone number again?
863-815-5896.
Okay, 863-815-5896. So if we can give a hand, reach out, give a hand, let JR know that you're willing to help, because I'm sure he would appreciate that, and everybody else local to the area would appreciate some help. So which areas are you helping with, JR?
Right now, we're going to be, unless we can get a really big crew or a few crews together, Polk County and into Hillsborough County. Polk County's got 700,000 people in it and 30,000 veterans just in Lakeland. We've got a big swath to cover here, but if we can get into Hillsborough County, which we're not far from the Tampa area, where they're looking at somewhere between 5 and 7 feet of storm surge, if this does what they say it's going to do. So there's some folks that are going to need some help there as well. And this stuff, it costs money. This isn't in the budget, right? We didn't plan for hurricane expenses for the nonprofit throughout the year. But something like this needs to be done. If I just sit here and do nothing, I would just kick my own ass. I've got to get out there and I've got to help. So we have set up a Give, Send, Go page. It is givesendgo.com/the Veterans Ranch. Give what you can. Give $1, give 5, give 10. The more you can give, the better. Again, we understand that, a lot of things are tight for folks out there right now. But every little bit's going to help. We're going to do a screen share here just real fast so we can show you what the page looks like, so you can see, make sure you're on the right page. All right, that's up there to go ahead and pull up so we can put that in the screen. And, you can just see, again, just every bit's going to help, folks, because a piece of plywood these days is worth as much as my F-350. And when, things like this happen, prices go up. Okay. I'm not a huge believer in price gouging. It's supply and demand. But, the bottom line is the lower the shelves get, the higher the prices go, because Lord knows when they're going to get some more in. So, we're going to need to be buying some more drills, because we only got so much. Now, if you've got stuff you can bring with you, God bless you, bring it. But we're going to need to buy some more drills, some more nails, some plywood, screws, possibly some generators for some people. This money's going into the community. So, we're trying to hit a goal here of 50,000. I know that sounds like a lot of money, but again, when you're talking, 30,000 veterans, in one area. I don't know if we can hit them all, but that money will get spent pretty darn quick when you're looking at, you know, $300, $400, $500 per generator if they even have any left.
Right. And you had mentioned that some of them were expecting 5 to 7 feet of, and you said some word that a non-Floridian area, we'd have no idea what that meant.
Well, everybody in Houston that lived through Harvey knows what I'm talking about. It's called storm surge. And what
That's the word.
Yep, when the front of the storm comes by, okay, the storms rotate, hurricanes rotate counterclockwise. I'll be Jim Cantori for a second. They rotate counterclockwise, so they're going to suck water out, okay, out into the system. And then as it's coming back around and that storm's moving forward like a slingshot, it just throws all that water and then some right into wherever it's at, Tampa Bay, you know, Naples, you know, up around Clearwater. That's where you get a lot of beach erosion. Flooding where there's apartments and condos right along like Channel Side and Tampa Bay. A lot of people already either have their boats out or they got them lifted, you know, so they get safety there. People have been preparing. You know, hurricanes are interesting. They're not like tornadoes where the finger of God comes down and you got less than a 2-minute warning to figure out what you're going to do. You know, the Weather Channel is great at giving you a good forecast and staying up to date on it. Now it's time to pay attention. And, you know, because this puppy's coming right up our backside. And the problem with it is it's not a fast mover. You know, it'll be 140, 130 mile an hour winds. Yeah, that's moving fast this way. But this way, it's slowing down. And it's going from like 10 to 5 miles an hour. So it's going to hang out kind of like, you know, that family member you wish would leave early at Thanksgiving that you just can't kick out. Yeah, that's Ian. That's Ian. Yeah, we got to have some fun, laugh here a little bit because this is going to be some
it's coming through,
stuff.
Right? It's coming through. It's not going to
avoid
Florida.
It's going to hang out for a good 24,
right
48 hours. Yeah. And it's going all the way up and then it's going to hook up towards Jacksonville. And, you know, and then it'll kind of dissipate out into a tropical depression or whatever into Georgia and the Carolinas. But they'll still get, you know, some decent 40, 50, 60 mile an hour winds up through their neck of the woods in the next few days as well.
Well, so when are we expecting things to start getting wet, JR?
Well, it's already raining now.
Yeah, but it always rains this time of day. That
yeah,
part
it rains
doesn't
this
count.
time of day in Florida, but you know we are looking at tropical storm force winds again. If everything stays on track the way they're saying, and right now, you know, like the cone goes from this wide and it starts getting like this wide. Whoops, move the camera. So it starts going here. When it starts getting here, it's pretty darn accurate. They're talking tropical storm force winds by late tomorrow night. And that's, you know, 50, 65 mile an hour winds. Hurricane is 75 mile an hour and up. So, you know, get with us, donate today, please, because it's going to take a couple of days for everything to clear. So when, you know, if you donate right now, we see the money on Wednesday because GiveSend goes great like that. They don't hold on to your money for 2 months. So we'll see it on Wednesday and we can start going to buy stuff and start, you know, we're going to be out in the community now as it is anyway, but we need supplies and we need to be able to help these people that are going to need the help. So the sooner the better, please, because it's coming quick.
All right, JR, we've been showing your phone number. If somebody's in the area and they want to help, remind them again what county you're in.
I'm in Polk County.
Right. So Polk County. And then you said if you could, you were trying to help the next county over, which was?
Next county over is Hillsborough County, which is the Tampa area.
I'm Zach Clayton.
Right. So if you can give a hand, JR's number, 863-815-5896. Give them a holler if you're in the area. And if you can be of help, if you know of anybody that needs help, let's try and tie those people together. If you can't make it to help, then maybe you can spare some money to donate. And we understand things are tight right now, but if we can give a hand to our older veteran community there, it would be really helpful. Like you said, we've got older veterans that are from the World War II even, or the Vietnam era. So they're a little bit old to be out there trying to do this on their own. So they need some support. So if we can give them a hand, we appreciate it.
Yeah, that's the key. I mean, we don't, we're younger and dumber. We can be out there on ladders and, whatever else. We don't need somebody in their 70s and 80s up on ladders and, whatnot, trying to put tarps on roofs because this is one of those storms that could be, having those kind of effects, and getting up on ladders and trying to hold up a piece of plywood with one hand and a, drill and a screw in the other. And, if we can just be there to help them with that, they'll greatly appreciate it. And we appreciate all the help we can get.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, JR, for sharing and caring enough to come out and say something and let people know where the needs are of our community.
Well, thank you as always for helping us share this and get our message out there. And hopefully we can get out here in the next few days and do some good for some folks.
All right. Thank you. If anybody wants to help, be sure to reach out to JR. You can also donate straight to the page. Go to theveteransranch.org if you need more contact information. And we are here to serve. So help us serve our veteran community. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Hello there. I'm Zach Clayton, President and founder of Community Pay It Forward. How does Community Pay It Forward help me raise money? Simple. Teamwork. Our small to medium friends in the business world have agreed to reward Community Pay It Forward when people do business with them with a referral. This gives us a chance to help people and organizations like you and yours. When you need help, we ask you to fill out a very simple application completely. Tell us your story, then make an appointment for a one-on-one on a Zoom call. Our independent board will then look at your application and decide whether we can move forward or not. You will be notified of their decision. If accepted, we will start to build a campaign to help. We will add you to our mission partners page, and then we will help you build wording and flyers for social media for handing out to all of your circle. When your circle or followers shop, you receive the help you need, and all they have to do is shop, click, and pick. Shop with a partner, click a picture of the purchase, and pick. Tell us that this action is done in support of you, your mission, your story. You will then receive up to 85% of the referral awarded to us. These referrals vary from business to business and can really add up as long as you share the program with your circle. We are here for so many in need: families, kids, animal missions, 501c3s, heroes, both country and community improvement projects, startup business and organizations, and so much more. All of this by simply sharing the program. They shop, you gain the support you need. At Community Pay It Forward, we believe that if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone, because no one needs to go it alone when we all come together. My name is Zachary Clayton. I am the president and founder of Community Pay It Forward, and I thank you. Cannot believe I used the name Zachary. Ugh. Anyway, hey everybody, I'm going to finish this up. I want to thank you very much for your time. Like I said, you're going to be seeing this plenty of times throughout the night. Please make sure that if you want to donate directly to the Veterans Ranch Hurricane Relief, the scroll on the very bottom, right about here, it comes, and it is www.givesendgo.com/Veterans Ranch. If you would like to use the Community Pay It Forward program to raise money for the Veterans Ranch Hurricane Relief, right here, this QR code, it'll help that happen. If you would like to help us, Community Dare to Care, Community Pay It Forward's offshoot program, send clothing and other items, we can use your help by the job form right below me, the stagnant, non-moving one. I know that's a lot of information, but you know what? All you have to do is contact us, send me a text message, 970-909-0751, 970-909-0751. I can walk you through this. We hope to get your help soon. My name is Zach Clayton. Please remember, if you're not helping someone, you're hurting us all. Also, you know what? Nobody has to go alone. This is a perfect show for this. No one has to go alone when we all come together. Please love somebody out there, because somebody out here loves you. Please share this video. Let's help Florida. Let's save Florida. Let's help some veterans. Thank you very much for your time. 970-909-0751.